Good morning and welcome to what is actually for Eoniq the first investor matching session we've done this year. We've had a quite busy start to the year, so it's taken us some time to get the ball rolling. So for those of you that haven't seen the investor matching sessions before, it's quite simple. We have 5 startups. The majority of them are investees of ours. In this instance, the first 3 investees of ours, and the other 2 are startups that we think are very high quality and we have on our radar or in the latest stages of analysis. And what we do is we bring in an invited investor, who in this instance is Bárbara from 3XP, who present their investment fund or their investment thesis if they happen to be a business angel or family offices. And then there's the pitches. So there's 4 minutes for the pitch, and there's 5 minutes for Q&A. If you have a question or a comment, or even you just want to say hi, feel free to do so in the chat. You're probably watching this on LinkedIn, so feel free to do it in LinkedIn or YouTube or Facebook. I think it's also being emitted, and we will add it on screen. And if it's a question for one of the startups, then we'll get them to answer it. There is a little bit of a time lag, so if you want, given that there's 4 minutes for pitching and 5 minutes for questions, if you want to make a question and you want it to be answered by the startup and not appear when the next startup's doing their Q&A, it would make sense to do as quickly as possible during that 5-minute Q&A. I think it's only like a minute time lag, but the longer you take, obviously, the more likelihood there is that it will be after the Q&A session. So just before we jump into it, a very quick description of Eoniq. Again, if you don't know us, we're an early stage investment fund focused on Spanish-based founders. So that means that the company can be elsewhere, but we want the founders to be based in Spain. This is for purely practical reasons. We try to support as best we can the startups in any which way we can. And sometimes that's a lot easier to do if you're having a coffee or a beer or just chatting at an event or whatever. And it's far more likely that will happen naturally if the startup is based in Spain. If you're based in, I don't know, Oslo, I've never been to Oslo in my life, so it's unlikely that we'd have those sort of chance meetings during the year. We do also have a sort of a preference. We're more proactive in terms of sourcing deal flow from outside Madrid and Barcelona. That again is for practical reasons related to thesis, related to our entrepreneurial background, where personally I did it from within Spain, from offices in Seville, in Marbella, and in Huelva. But that's for another day because it's quite a long explanation, and you've probably seen it on some kind of podcast anyway. In terms of tickets, we put in initial tickets of 100k, and we can go up with the new fund that we're currently raising. We can go up to 1.5–2 million in total per startup. So without more ado, I will bring Bárbara on. Good morning, Bárbara. Thank you very much for joining us today.
Good morning, Tom. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you for the invitation.
Not at all. I hope you enjoy the startups who are the real stars of the show. So Bárbara, if you'd just like to introduce yourself and 3XP and the Impact Innovation Fund quickly, and then we'll bring on the startups. So the floor is yours.
Yes, thank you. So I'm Bárbara. I was previously a social entrepreneur, and I'm now fund director for the Impact Innovation Fund of 3XP Global. We only at 3XP, it's a B Corp, is a VC that only invests in sustainability and impact. We invest in social and life sciences and impact and responsible AI. Concretely, in the Impact Fund, we are an impact first fund, meaning that we want to see the intentionality, the drive, the social and environmental missions of our founders. in the geography of Portugal and Spain. We are based in Portugal and will be investing mainly in Portugal, but also Spain. And we hope to contribute to catalytic capital to the ecosystem. So we can invest from 250K to 5 million, and hope to be, even though we are agnostic in terms of sectors, we hope to be investing more in education, inclusion, and climate change. So really looking forward to see all the pitches.
Perfect. Well, I hope you'll enjoy these startups. They're certainly very focused on sustainability and very high quality of founders. So let's start off. This is one of our investees, Angela. It seems to have a problem with her. Oh no, the camera set. Brilliant. Well done, Angela. Brilliantly done. And here's her deck. So Angela, I'll give you 4 minutes. I'm going to disappear off screen. When you see me appear back on screen, you're just about to hit the 4 minutes. Okay. So
okay.
All yours, and good luck.
Okay, thank you so much. So today I'm talking about Clotsy Brand. At first, it might seem another sustainable fashion brand, but I want to tell you that it's not just like that, because Clotsy helps you dress the way you think, and we are building a whole lifestyle and community around our brand. We say we do more than sustainable fashion brand. We are a conscious fashion brand, and we produce all of our garments between Spain and Portugal. Either we recycle or organic materials, and we are always looking for durability and sustainability. But what is really about Clotsy is our community. We say that we accompany people through a more conscious and sustainable lifestyle. What is our business model? We are a native digital brand, and we work with our e-commerce and now a physical store in Valencia. Our sales strategy is based on capsule collections. Why is this? Because we get all the feedback from our clients, and we get to know what they want and when they want it. And so in this way, we get to increase our sales. And then about the customer acquisition, how we reach our customers with organic content that is really interesting for them. So we come to Clotsy because of our values, and then with influencer marketing, and then the selling is done with either Facebook and Google Ads and email marketing. And then, as I said, we have our first physical store in Valencia, and this helped us to get to know better the people that wear Clotsy, what they like, what they want, and build our community even in a closer way. Then about the numbers, we have an average order value of 64 euros, a gross margin of 66%, and then an operating margin online of 53%. The sales in the last 12 months are of 1.3 million euros. Orders since we began, it's 32,000. And then the number I'm the most proud of is the repetition, because it talks about community directly, and is that we have a repetition of 60%. This means that the people that buy the first time, they always come back. So it's really good for us, and means that we are building a really the community and the brand itself. About the revenue evolution, as you can see, well, the last Black Friday was really good for us, and we are really happy because we are doubling the sales every year. So it's good because we are seeing that the community grows and the sales growth as well. About our roadmap, as you can see, I was talking that we are doubling every year, and this year we want to get to reach 1.7 million euros. We are going to focus on our online sales and also in our physical store to get to know how it works, make a whole playbook, and then in the next years open more physical stores, and of course continue with the online part. About the Clotsy team, we are 11 people. I'm the co-founder and the creative director, and I have also Alfonso, that is the CEO and the co-founder. Right now, we are not in a financial round, but we will be at the end of the year, so we are looking forward to starting a new conversation and see what can we do together. So that's all. Thank you so much.
Perfectly timed. Thank you, Angela. Okay, so Barbara, it's far away with any questions you have.
Okay, thank you so much, Angela. Really enjoyed. I was wondering if you could elaborate a little bit more on the product. So, what are the materials you use, the main claims you have? So,
Yeah, actually, we try to work with natural fibers. I mean, either organic cotton, linen, some tencel, viscose, like this, because our customer is like really conscious and they want not only sustainability but like natural, all itself, like self-care. So we are really
do you use polyester at all, or other type of?
sometimes like recycled polyester for all the clothes, outwear or either ropa de baño. Yeah, all the swimming stuff. I don't have the word now, but for that we use recycled polyester, but like what is really close to the customer, not really. And we have like an underwear part that is with cotton seamless, and it's working like really well because it was difficult to find it. And then, for example, jeans is one of our best-selling products as well. And yes, like we try to build a whole wardrobe, so like our customer comes and find everything in Clotsy and they really trust us.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so yes, I was just really trying to understand the uniqueness. So do you have any other claim besides the natural, or is there anything about the brand that how do you deal with the consumer around the lifestyle? Like, what is the uniqueness that you believe you bring so that you have that traction that you're showing?
Is that we are like real. I mean, we go to the workshops and let them see everything, but not like the others do. I do some. I do talks. I do like podcasts with the people that are working there, and they like show the truth, what it means to work there, and people really connect what is behind the clothes. And also the community, like for example, when we did our first ever active wear collection, we organized some yoga sessions in Madrid, Barcelona, and Valencia, and so people came to spend all the morning with us, to connect, to relax. So it's that they feel that they belong in the community we are building.
Mm-hmm. And you also mentioned that you do the production of your products in Portugal and Spain. Do you have any criteria around the employment of in-need region or people or any minority? Do you have any social indicator that you feel proud to show to us?
Well, we don't have like maybe all the certification in every workshop, but of course we go there and we don't start working with none of them before we really know physically. And then normally they have certification like or social or sustainable certification. So we get to know and also get to tell the consumer that they are actually sustainable.
Okay, so maybe I do still have time for two other questions. So what is the percentage of your sales from online versus the store? What is the...
I would say 10% is physical store now. So it's not like that big, but we are like, as I said, we are trying to get to know and to try new things there to build a playbook in order to then grow it and open more physical stores in the following years.
Okay, so how much are you investing in marketing for the traction that you're showing?
It's around 20%. 20%, yeah.
20% of what?
Of the revenue.
Oh, 30% of the revenue. Okay. Okay. I'll allow a little bit for the questions from the public if there are.
There are no questions from the public at the moment. I think that there are just first of all, swimwear is the word you were looking for. But then just to explain, you were talking about the recycling. There have been, I don't know if this has continued, but you were doing sandals that were out of recycled mattresses.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's continuing to happen.
yeah, we are not using it anymore because the durability itself, it wasn't as good as we thought at first. And we also like try to work with clothes like outerwear that is not in contact with the people.
Okay, but there are tests going on in terms of the recycling.
Yeah. We are
What products
to approach it exactly. We are trying
what products can work with that.
Yeah.
And then with regards to the social and labour side, as I understand it, it's not something that's being measured at the moment, but it is something that you're tracking in a non-formal way, is it not? Because I've seen from the sort of the interviews you've done with staff in the factories that you've been focused on who's doing the work and you know what.
Yeah, exactly.
As Barbara was saying, if they're from minorities or if they're majority women or if they're from certain socially excluded.
Yeah, it's like I think that some brands that cannot go there, like to the workshop, they really need like certifications, and I mean they are really useful. But like we can go there and show what's going on, and people like love it, that content.
Yeah. No, but just in terms of if this were a requirement, it's something that could be done.
Yeah, exactly.
What I meant to say.
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. Well, thank you very much, Angela. I will say goodbye to you, and I'll bring on Nacho from Sincrolab. And perfect. Thank you very much for sharing in advance, Nacho. Okay, you know the drill. I'll disappear off now, and I'll be back in 4 minutes. Okay, all yours. Good luck.
Okay, thank you very much, Tom. Hi, Bárbara. My name is Ignacio de Ramón. I'm the CEO of Sincrolab. I'm co-founder of Sincrolab Therapeutics. At Sincrolab, we are pioneering the future of mental health treatment by addressing an urgent global need and accessible, effective, and personalized care for neurological disorders like ADHD, stroke, cognitive impairment. The problem that we want to tackle is that the accessibility of this to the mental health is very complicated because in an economic point of view, because families and patients spend more than around 5,000 euros per year in treatments, spend over than 400 hours on transportation, and endure the side effects of medication, which is the first line of treatment for these conditions. As a result of this situation, the 58% of the ADHD, for example, patients in Europe are not treated adequately because they cannot mix the therapy and the medications for these reasons. For this, we create a platform, a digital therapeutic platform, in order to deliver treatments to the patients to their at their homes, and in a scientific point of view, in a remote point of view, and in a cost-effective point of view. Our solution. This is our pipeline, because we think that we are a digital digital pharma, and this is our pipeline of products that we are developing and we are launching in the next months and years. The platform, the market is huge. The opportunity to help these patients now it's incredible. We are talking about more than 28 billion cost in of mental health problems around the world. So the problem is very huge, and this is the platform that we have developed. There are three main parts: the professional part and the parents part, which is a web platform. In this part, the professionals can upload the clinical data from their patients, and they can prescribe and monitor the evolution of their patients. The clinical data goes to an AI engine that we have patented, and the AI organize a whole treatment personalized to this patient. We have certified our first app for ADHD with a Class 2A. We are the first Class 2A software as a medical device in Europe, and this is how the platform looks like, and we have different part. This is how you can see this platform. We have published the result of our clinical trials when we have demonstrated the results of our treatments. I know, Tom, that I have to finish. We are the first neuromedicine here in Spain, and one of the first in Europe. We have two business model: a B2C and B2B business model. We have increased 100% in revenues in 2024, and we expect to increase to double the revenues and the mouse in the next year. And we are in a Series A round now, so we are open to all of your questions. Sorry for the delay, Tom. Sorry.
Not at all. No problem whatsoever. I'm sure that Barbara will come. What you had to jump over quickly, I'm sure she'll ask you some questions. So no worries, Barbara. You've got 5 minutes. I'll disappear off and be back then.
Mm-hmm. Hi, Ignacio. Thank you so much for your presentation. Yes, as Tom was saying, I'm super curious to understand more about the product itself. So I would like to know if you can elaborate on the experience of using the platform and what it does to the day-to-day lives of the children. I saw a picture of a child, so can you elaborate more about that, please?
Yeah, the apps that the children use or can use is it's based on video games, but it's not like Fortnite. It's very tough. Sincrolab is not very very funny. It's funny, but not very funny, because we have to balance the engagement and the clinical point of view. So we don't want to engage 100% for our children. We are training the attention, and you have to effort your cognitive processes in order to focus your attention. So the video games for us is like the strawberry flavor for the medication, But the activities that we have designed and we have developed are based on the neuroscientist and neurocognitive schemes, because we developed all of these activities in the labs, in the neurocognitive labs. So the base of these applications are neurocognitive tasks, but in a video game look like.
Okay, so how is the interaction or the usability from the patient is actually manifesting in their lives, like while they use
in the daily lives.
Yes, what changes in the daily lives for children that are using your products?
They change because we focus on impulsivity, so the parents report that they reduce the impulsivity in their lives. They are more organized. They are they don't interrupt others when they are talking. They don't shout when they don't have to. This kind of behaviors that are very related with impulsivity. The parents report us this kind of improvements.
Yeah, so because you're a medical device, I'm assuming that the scientific part is working very well. So I'm wondering if the child wants to go back to the video game, so if it's natural to them, or is it the parents that have to invite them extra to engage with the platform?
It's a mix. As I mentioned, we are not Fortnite. We are not Minecraft, but the parents, they are a mixed type of parents. The parents that they told us that that the engagement from the children is very high, and they don't have to say that you have to make the activities. And we have the other parents that they told us that they have to go with them and tell them that they have to do the activities, etc. But I think that this 60% of the parents that they don't have to follow on the activities, and there are 40% of parents that they have to follow how the children is performing.
Yeah, so what I'm trying to get to is, because your revenues are they show up because the parents buy the product, right? I'm just trying to understand how much of the revenues are implicating the final beneficiary, you know what I mean? So like, how much do you have to sell for the results and the additionality that you actually bring in terms of impact? So because the parents, I mean, you can have lots of revenues, but if the children is not using, I'm sure they do. I'm just trying to understand how much of the revenue is actually deploying the technology in a way that is actually bringing change to the children.
This is a challenge. We know that the B2C model is we are increasing, and we are growing in the B2C model, but we know that we have to pivot to the B2B model, because we know that the scalability of the model will be from the B2B. And we are talking with hospitals, with insurance companies, with telemedicine providers, etc. But, and answering to your question, the children, we are over the engagement of medication, of ADHD medication, for example. ADHD medication engagement is around 60%, and we are in the 75% of engagement. So we know that we know that we have to focus on the engagement of patients, and this is one of the real challenge from digital therapeutics. But we think that we are dealing with that, and we are going to success in that, because the data from our app is growing monthly, the engagement of the patients. So we think that we are going to be success in this challenge.
I think what Barbara was getting at was the specific metrics. So you do have metrics in terms of benchmarking. So you know how much improvement there is from users making use of the platform compared to other possible treatments. I think you have that data from memory, don't you?
I think, yeah. But now I don't have the number, but we have the metric. Yeah.
That's what I mean. I know that the metric.
Yeah,
exists,
exactly. Yeah, exactly.
And from memory,
to receive it later on.
Exactly.
Yeah, sure. I will send you. We have this metric. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. All right, then we'll jump. Thank you very much, Nacho.
Thank you.
Oh, cut him off. Sorry. And I'll bring on Alex from Agua NEA. And Alex, you're sharing at the moment your screen that I can see ourselves.
Do you see the presentation?
Here we go. Brilliant.
Thank you.
4 minutes, and I'll be back. Good luck.
Thank you. Nice to meet you, Barbara. My name is Alex. I'm the CEO and co-founder of NEA Water. NEA Water is a canned water alternative to plastic bottles, but we turn and transform each can in an opportunity to restore marine ecosystems, actually planting corals. And it's not that we just do that ourselves, but we engage with companies and with persons all over the planet to do this common shared mission with us. We attack mainly 3 problems. The first one is the plastic problem. Like, there is a huge plastic pollution, and that is becoming not just a planet problem, but also a health problem. Like, there is microplastic going into life and into marine life, but also into human life, and we need to solve that problem. Our solution is pure spring water from the ocean ups in a recyclable format, 100% recyclable aluminum. Also, the second problem is, like, all these companies and major companies need to meet sustainable goals, political and consumer pressure. So we are giving them a product that bridges the gap between clients, consumers, and environmental initiatives. We give them a product that shares also common values and that can help companies express their values and their commitment to environmental initiatives. And last, we're a B2C company, and we also focus on giving this value that younger generations need. Like, we associate younger generations associate their values with the brands. Like, they choose brands because of what they do and what is the impact that they do, and that's what we with everyone that drinks and is part of the Agua NEA ecosystem. Our business model is B2B, B2C. We just transform what is the standard water bottle and we turn it into something special and unique. We sell in Europe and US and Latin America. We are focused mainly into hospitality, hotels, festival events, and now direct to consumer, which is growing a lot lately. Bottled water market, massive market that is transferring little by little from plastic bottles to alternative to plastic bottles, which can be Tetra Pak or can be canned water. Just canned water is only 0.32%, and which is the main bottle market. So there is a lot of transfer that is going to happen in the next few years, and canned water reference is growing a lot in all over the world. What is our competitive advantage? We basically turn every can in a communication and engagement opportunities and experiential marketing. In each one of our cans, it says that if you take a picture with it and upload it to your social media, we will plant a coral on your name. Once that happens, you will receive a communication from our team. We're going to tell you everything about the corals, what they do on the ocean. And after that, you're going to receive a diploma about your coral. We're going to send you the coordinates about where is your coral planted. And you're going to be able to even come and visit and plant a coral with us. So we basically transfer the value to the customer and also to our client, which could be a B2B, selling this water or putting in top of their tables and in their fridges, one water that creates impact in the world. We also have the best supply chain to continue expanding. B2B for B2B Corp for 3 years, and we're very connected to the SDGs, and all our clients are carbon neutral since we started with this project. Our clients range from almost all the big hotel chains. Some of their hotels are already our clients in different territories. We have Mandarin Oriental in Chile and Spain. We're having some of the hotels of Barcelona in Canary Islands, few Hiltons opening, a part of the Marriott chains in different places of Spain starting to already serve NEA water. We have a range of events that can go from concerts of Coldplay to music festivals, then have hospitality, podcasts, etc. What is the main difference? Basically, the impact. We kind create a snowball effect. The more people consume Agua NEA, the more cans we sell of Agua NEA, the more impact we create on the planet, and the more impact we create on the planet, the more brand awareness we create, and the more clients we capture. We're two founders, Fernando and me, and thankfully we're supported by great advisors such as our Eoniq family. Our achievements so far: we've sold in 11 countries, we've sold more than 5 million cans, have more than 400 recurring clients. We continue growing 2x year by year, and we're also growing on more than 3.5x on B2C. Our financial projections: we closed last year with 800,000, and we're going to be going to 2.2. We're having positive EBITDA this year, but most important, we're becoming cash flow positive. So we are continue be growing on our own. 100,000 on a convertible note with already 500,000 committed on debt. Basically, destination is improve product development, bring a bottle with a cap, all in aluminum 100%, and continue expanding internationally on our sales and marketing team. Last but most important, we are very oriented to sustainability, like very focused onto 5 metas, onto 5 targets of the SDGs. We're carbon neutral and certified B Corp. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Alex. I'll just put while you're chatting, I'll put on a couple of comments that come in. They're not questions. So you've got 5 minutes, Barbara. I'll be back when the time's up.
Okay, thank you so much. Yeah, I have so many questions. First of them, is the aluminum that you're using recycled?
A big part of the aluminum is recycled. The thing is, like, aluminum is completely circular, so all the aluminum goes into one same bucket, and from there you turn it into bicycles, into windows, into everything. So
I'm asking about the sourcing. So are you sourcing your aluminum into your packaging?
No, we source with the biggest aluminum can supplier of the world.
Yes. So what is the percentage of recycled aluminum that you have in your packaging?
In the can, depend of them. We don't choose it, but you don't have a clear inflow of how much is recycled and how much goes from new aluminum. It's like you always need to have new. So traceability on aluminum as a source, as a fund, it's difficult to track because everything.
Your answer was we lost connection for a second.
Yeah, but I think I got it. So is it important for you to get to 100% aluminum sourcing in your cans, or is that not a criteria?
Like, the cans are always 100% recyclable, and they always go into recycling.
Yeah, but I'm asking about the sourcing. So is it important for you to get to 100% recycled? Yeah. Okay. So I struggle a little bit on understanding the Asturian water going around the world. Okay. Mm-hmm. So, and how do you feel in the context of keeping the usability that collectively we are trying to get to, refills and other types of lifestyle that would add for our connection with water and the consumption of water in the more actual sustainable way. So how do you feel to have so many cells taking Asturian water all over the world with a very successful business model? I'm really trying to understand the ethics and the principle in that. And what does happen to your cans after they are discarded?
First of all, we're targeting an on-the-go market, so we're not fighting with the
I think we are losing Alex.
Sorry, I don't know why you're losing me.
Yes.
Is this my connection? You hear me now?
Yeah.
So we are targeting the on-the-go format, no the standard use format. So we are not targeting, we're not bringing, so wherever you can put a refilling station, it's amazing, but there is still places that you need to on-the-go format. This is the target market that we are looking.
So you're comfortable with that. So for you, it's the lifestyle that you're targeting. It's okay to be incentivizing the on-the-go in that context.
We're not incentivizing. We're giving an alternative to the on-the-go format. There's millions of bottles used in the on-the-go format. We're giving an alternative to that millions of bottles used on the on-the-go format. We're not the solution of the water consumption. We're an alternative to on-the-go format.
Okay, so what happens to the discarded cans? Do you have any specific contribution to that? Any communication in the can? Like, how do you deal with the discarded material that you have?
Aluminum gets collected everywhere because it's a still valuable resource. Like aluminum never goes in, even if it goes in the trash, gets put off in the trash from the trash to be becoming aluminum again, because it's the only valuable trash, really. Which you obviously encourage recycling, and there is always an amazing recycling facilities wherever we serve. Like all the hotel chains, for example, has an amazing recycling facilities. We always recycle the cans properly. We do all of that, but aluminum has this thing on natural. It is that value. Like an empty can costs 2 cents. You can buy it on.
Yeah, and it's also very connected to exploitation, and exploitation of human and environmental resources. So it has also a perception of a very bad perception on the use. But we are not going to have that discussion right now. I'm just challenging. Okay, I'm just challenging the model and the use. So I'm totally comfortable with that. So I believe we still have time. How do you measure to become climate neutral? Like, are you on your climate neutral certification? Are you actually accounting for the distribution and all the CO2 emissions? So you account for everything. Also, for the all LCA.
From beginning to the end, from all suppliers plus all the cans that we serve everywhere. So even the can, for example, you were talking about transport. It's more expensive to transport a can in between the US than sell a can from Europe to the Florida. Usually the water that comes from Florida is less CO2 amount if you bring it from Europe than if you bring it from northern states of America, for example. So we always measure that amount of CO2.
Okay, one last question. What type of technique you use to planting the corals, and where are you doing that?
In Costa Rica is we basically fragment healthy corals that have been surviving, especially phenomena as La Niña y El Niño, and we fragment them, put them in a shallower water, reproduce them fastly, grow them faster, and bring them back to the ecosystem. So what we do is we incentivize the growth, and we incentivize the natural reproduction. So what we do is we try to improve as much square meters per coral in ecosystem, so that improves marine life capillarity.
Okay, thank you.
And I think the answer, what we missed, I don't know if you caught that, it was Costa Rica.
Yes, I did get it. Yeah.
Fantastic. But weren't you doing something in Europe as well, Alex, or am I?
We did a couple of collaborations in Mediterranean, but Mediterranean is a little bit tougher to be working because it needs colder water. So all the impact goes to going down the water needs to be a scientific special deep dive, so it gets a little bit trickier on that.
Okay. All right, more impact for your buck in Costa Rica. Okay. Perfect. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Oh, again, I do it too fast. It's too easy. It's like buying on Amazon. It's too easy to click the button and they disappear. Sorry about that, Alex. I didn't mean to do it so quickly. I'll introduce Alvaro from Maternify. Good morning, Alvaro. I'm gonna.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Barbara.
It's not yet full screen. If you want to make it full screen.
Yeah. We here?
Perfect. Okay, I'll leave you for 4 minutes, and I'll be back on. It's time to finish.
Okay, very happy to be here with you, Barbara. I'm Alvaro, CEO of Maternify.
Hi, Alvaro.
The welfare system is at stake. Healthcare is collapsed, at least in Spain. Some causes and data that prove it is that healthcare costs are skyrocketing, more than 200% above inflation in the past decades. Average wait to receive primary care in Spain is more than 9 days, and almost half of patients have stopped going to the doctor due to the overcrowding of the system. This, together with lack of workforce and no generational change, together with outdated protocols, means that in the maternity stage, families and women suffer obstetric violence and malpractice. So we at Maternify are a social impact maternity healthcare and training platform that improves healthcare and employer branding for companies while reducing costs and producing jobs for the system. We provide care from midwives, pediatricians, physiotherapists, sleep coaching, and so forth in different modalities, at home mainly, online and in-person courses, throughout all the stages of maternity, from pre-pregnancy to the upbringing and adolescence. And how we work, we are a digital clinic that collaborates with physical ones. We're starting to do some collaborations. People and families request services, we coordinate them, and then we assist them with our pool of healthcare professionals. And our business model is kind of a marketplace one where we do B2C, pay-per-use, and we also do packs. And then we have a B2B corporate employee benefit model, which is what we want to most push from the coming years, which is to become the most valuable healthcare corporate employee benefit. We do it in 3 different modalities, focused on births, and then opening it for families that have young kids, and then just becoming part of the portfolio of social benefits. So we already have a bunch of clients that speak very fondly of us, and we are signing distribution agreements with employee benefit platforms. And then our impact in companies is immediate. This is recent feedback from a few days ago from our newest client, and then CEOs and chief people officers being very happy. So the opportunity is very attractive because the market is quite fragmented in Spain, very few relevant players, and also in Europe and in the US. We believe we are the most complete and better positioned one, at least in South Europe. In terms of scalability and national distribution, and also in terms of already being a corporate benefit and being ready to be an insurance provider, we think we are here. We have very few relevant players, and then the hyper fragmentation of the market. In terms of market and traction, birth rate is declining, yes, but it is a trend from the 1960s, and healthcare expenditure is growing a lot. The Spanish market size is almost 3,000 billion in the last coming years, and then it's growing at a 40% compound annual growth rate. And we see some allies in the insurance industry because they provide a bad experience, and also public healthcare, which is very slow. In terms of our main KPIs, we have provided more than 6,000 services for more than 4,000 families. We are in 35 provinces in Spain with a pool of 85 professionals right now. And we have more than 500,000 sales from our foundation, of which almost 50% was from last year. And we have closed this quarter with 82,000 euros. So you can see the trend here. And the team, we are a team of 10 people, led by me on the strategy and product side. And then my co-founder, which is the one that brings the medical parts, is a midwife. And then our CTO, Manu Maldonado, and we have quite some experience in very important companies. And we also have a big community in terms of social media. My co-founder has a decent, relevant presence in Instagram. And also we have a key strategic investor who is Juan Abarca, who is one of the most influential people in healthcare in Spain. And he is the president of HM Hospitales, which is the 4th largest hospital group in Spain. And in terms of our financial projections, 2024, we finalized our product and validated the acquisition channels. We want to become profitable and do a 2.7 in revenue this year, And in 2026, we want to shift the weight of the B2B side of the business so that it is more than the B2C. And in 2027, we hope to be working already with some governments and thinking about internationalization. And this is how it looks in terms of growth and then in terms of profitability. And we are looking for investment. We are raising a 350,000 capital round, of which 115,000 is already compromised, and we are already negotiating a letter of intent from VC worth 100K. We have some goals, very simple ones, which is to become the top of mind maternity brand in Spain, and then also to become the #1 family healthcare benefit. And how we will use those funds, hiring some key members for the team, and mostly on growth, because the product is already ready for this next stage. So very happy to be here and answer your questions.
One tiny thing: top of mind maternity brand in Spain and Portugal.
Of course.
should have been the answer. But yeah, I know you meant it. Okay, I'll disappear off and I'll be back in 5 minutes.
Okay, thank you, Alvaro. Thank you so much for your presentation. You're so fluent that I probably missed some information especially on how the training platform that I understood. So I will ask you, as I did before, for you to elaborate a little bit more on the product.
Okay.
And I got a little bit lost how the training becomes benefit scheme. So can you elaborate a little bit on that?
Sure. So we say we provide training because some of our professionals instruct families, for example, in first aid, or for example in pregnancy and preparation for maternity and for postpartum. So we are not only a healthcare provider, but we do train families and parents to be ready for maternity. And then in our roadmap, we have our vision is to become also a platform that educates people by creating an academy for parents and also for professionals, which is something that some of our competitors already have. We have been focusing on what we believe is the great opportunity and the most complicated one, which is to have a network of professionals that assist families in their homes, which is replicating a model that we witnessed ourselves in the UK, which is where my co-founder was formed as a midwife.
Yes. So yes, violent practices normally comes with education from the professionals. So how the deployment of your technology, what is the percentage that you're actually reaching families towards the professionals that you're reaching right now?
Can you repeat the question? I don't think I got it.
So I'm just trying to understand. So you have a bold claim of, or intention to reduce violent practices and all of that, right?
Yeah.
So how do you exactly do that?
Well, that's a complicated thing to be able to change. We are here for the long term. Changing obstetric protocols in a country, being a startup, it's quite difficult. But the thing is that our pool of professionals, mainly midwives, they witness obstetric violence every single day. So I have goosebumps in my arm thinking about it. So we have to be quite smart about how we become activists of changing protocols, and we don't want to go against straightforwardly against our colleagues, because we have no fault in gynecologists from that were formed in the 1970s. We cannot go against them. We just need to move forward together with them. And in Spain, for example, there is an obstetric violence observatory from midwives mainly and from psychologists that are trying to bring up the attention. And I think there is only like 2 sentences, so two trials in the last 25 years in Spain that have sentenced medical providers because of an obstetric violence case. So it's very hard to prove. What we just need to do is to bring attention. What I think we just need to do is bring attention that the models that operate already in other countries, such as the UK, Switzerland, Germany, and Scandinavia, which provide from the public healthcare system, they provide at-home assistance for postpartum. I'm not quite sure about Portugal, but I do have some knowledge. So we just saw what happened there. My co-founder, she combined working in a hospital with driving up to homes in London. And so she said the necessity from families is the same. So why don't I just do it from my own initiative here in Spain, right? So when you combine in-person and treatment in the hospitals and the standard healthcare that any developed country offers, when you combine that with in-person and at-home visits, the system works better. You don't have 10-minute consultancies with a doctor. Midwife goes into your home and you have an hour-long visit where you are more calm in your house, and these visits prolong for about 4 months, at least in postpartum. So this creates a wheel of saving costs for hospitals, improving care for families, and also improving happiness of the workforce, because they feel that they are bringing the help that families need. So it's very hard to prove, but we just need to be here and to push forward and to become aware of companies, be a provider for insurance companies as well, and also continue doing what we're doing in social media.
Yeah. So one last question. So what would you say it was your value proposition or your main value proposition? Because there are a lot of angles here.
Well, we are maternity healthcare and training platform that improves the experience for families and improves the employer branding for companies. We want to save costs for the system and overall improve the experience. So we are a healthcare platform that provides assistance from the best qualified professionals in the modalities that families prefer.
Álvaro, I would, if you see any value, I would love to offer to work on that value proposition of yours.
Okay, for sure.
Yeah. So because there's a lot of value here, maybe a little bit more work on the angle would help even the business. So I'm just offering my
okay. But very happy.
Very for you. So thank you.
Thank you very much.
Great news. Well, Miguel obviously agrees with you as well, because he said the same thing, right? That the decrease of birth rates and maternity care is a great way for employers to support their people and as an added value. So thank you very much, Álvaro. I will say goodbye. I'm going to take a little second more. So
thank you very much. Bye.
And I did that one better. And he's not one of our investees, so I cut off my investees. The confianza da asco, they say in Spanish, right? But I didn't do it on purpose. But anyway, so Christoph, welcome, and I'll add in your screen. And now the deal, so I'll be back in 4 minutes, okay?
Thank you, Tom. Hello, Bárbara. Well, I'm Chris Loney. I'm very happy to present Yes. So Yes is a one-click counseling digital platform offering mental health support for corporation and large collectives. So we are addressing basically, we have a strong tailwinds. It's clear that the mental health support is on the rise since the post-pandemic effect. Mental health care is now almost a kind of a sustainable business practice for all large corporations that want to work towards Objective 2030. Important point that has been proven through the pandemic, that remote and online mental care is well accepted and highly effective if you apply the right methodologies. we have assisted to a kind of a digitalization of mental health support compared to other practice in medicine. Okay, and of course, there is a rising demand for mental health wellness by employees or by people in general. But it's true that even in Europe, having access to professional counseling, it can be difficult, and also it can be expensive. Okay, so this is about the main drivers that are behind our growth. So in terms of our business model, we are at the crossroad of 3 different lines of services for our platforms. So we are providing online monthly events for the employees. So our clients, basically organizations, and we'll come back to which our markets segmentation. So we offer monthly events, mental health support through communities. Then we work a lot towards prevention, because mental health is a key, let's say, have a key impact on absenteeism and the leaves. So we are providing what's called mental health screening for employees to evaluate about the mental health situation, plus brief online support. Okay, and also we develop very specific trainings for the certain quality within an organization. And of course, we're offering a 24/7 support through our teams of psychologists. I will come back about how we work on that, with guiding monitoring. And we usually provide unlimited support, 80% on online. We do offer sometimes face-to-face as well. Okay. We are addressing 3 segments. First of all, medium to large corporation, usually companies in Spain of over 250,000 employees. There we have a large range of clients, some from different services of different industries, and we offer what's called psychological training and online counseling. Okay. We also work with insurance companies. Basically, in Spain, there is called policies for deceso, which is disease policy. So we're offering psychological support for the beneficiary of the police. Right? And then we also work a lot with healthcare and social care institutions. Here, let's say it's institution where they have a large population of workers that have a social or care institutions. An example, we are providing support for the Guardia Civil. The Guardia Civil is kind of a police, gendarmerie in Spain. Okay, so right now we are roughly attending 2,000 patients per month. And we are growing almost like a 1% month over month. Right? There is more and more users from our services. So we are attending the market either directly, company comes to us, but we're also working through partners in Spain. Okay. So in our teams, we are teams of, let's say, psychologists. I'm not a psychologist myself, but we are surrounded by psychologists, plus a large networks of counselors that provide the service. Okay. Well, the engine behind it's a platform with a back end and a front end. The front end is where people have access, plus they have all the content, and the back end is the management for all sessions. Okay. I'm going quite quickly. Now we're entering in the development of a new assisted AI in diagnosis and monitoring of patients, because, as I said, we are growing very quickly, and I think more and more patients. So we are developing new protocols, applying GraphRag, which is a kind of a new technology from the AI, applied to DSM-5 and CA11. Okay. DSM-5 is kind of the Bible of psychology in the world. It's a large manual categorizing all the treatments of mental disorders, and we want to develop an AI agent based on the DSM to accelerate the pre-diagnosis and facilitate the taking charge of a patient initially by counselors. Okay. Okay, we have a strong growth. So just to give you a quick figure, in 2024 we finished with over 1 million revenues. It was our first year with a positive EBITDA, and we have a strong growth for the next 3 years through the new service development. So right now we are looking at we have just finished a round of financing 150,000 just in March, but we are looking for another round of 200,000. We also, in discussion with ENISA and CEDITI, we are two institutions in Spain that are offering innovation loans for developing, basically, because we have a strong capex for the next 12 months of 450,000 for the development I was briefly explaining. That's it.
Brilliant. Okay, Christophe, thank you very much. I was trying not to cut you off and just sit here in the background so you could see that we'd gone over the time.
No, I was just pushing on time because I think we are 12 o'clock. So.
Yeah, no, well, exactly as well. I'll give you 5 minutes and I'll be back.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Chris. Yes, I was wondering again, show me more about the platform. I would love to know how the employees can actually have access, what does change in their lives, what do they enjoy, what do they not enjoy. So they use it more around the usability, please.
Okay, the platform is designed to address 100% of the employees, okay? So not only people, let's say, who are kind of a mental distress at the moment should connect to the platform. So the platform, they connect through their employee platform portal, okay? Then they have directly access to the platform where they can consume different contents, plus monthly events around mental health. So we try to provide a kind of customized contents or webinars, trainings, very short trainings, 1 to 2 minutes or sometimes 20 minutes podcast, or even short videos for the employee. Okay, then they can have access to WhatsApp, chat plus telephone. They can contact directly counselors. So within 2 hours, we guarantee they can speak with the counselors automatically, and they can make any questions. You can raise any question towards a counselor that will answer to them. And if the counselor considers there is support is needed because they're, for instance, suffering anxiety, then we are offering then support with part of our team. So we're basically we're managing the case and transferring the case to our psychologists who are working with us from the platform, and they can receive 10, 20 sessions, whatever is needed for the support.
Okay, so the counselors are actual people. It's not an AI model.
No. The counselors are actual people. What we want to develop is an AI agent supporting the counselors. We are not, or even if we can, through the AI, do a pre-screening very quickly, but at the end, there is always a counselor that will take care of the support.
Okay, so the content that you mentioned, it's a content that the employees have access daily, or is it how is it organic? They can go there or not? Like what is how do you deal with the engagement?
The engagement. We the way we launch a platform to our clients, of course, is always we have a kind of a package of communications to make sure that people understand the platform and the new service, and the engagement is maintained because every month we offer to all our clients a kind of a monthly events with different monthly webinars at different times of the day. Where they connect freely and they can raise questions towards a psychologist. So every month we have, for instance, this month we are going to address THD syndromes. So people who are interested to listen to that, they connect. One of our psychologists is going to do a presentation and raise questions. And if you want through the platform, you can also speak directly through WhatsApp or chat with a psychologist or call us. Yes.
Okay, so it's a totally optional platform. So it's a benefit that the employee gives, but the employer gives, but the employee really it's optional for them, right? It's just
correct.
Something that is okay. So can you elaborate more on the revenue model? Please.
So the revenue model, it's a price. We have 2 revenue models. So it's a pricing per employee per year, based on the number of employees, or we can also go on a fee for usage based on the number of employees that will actually consume the platform, the contents, plus, which is more expensive, the sessions with the counselors. So we have those two models.
So you just give the two possibilities, or are you testing which one is the one?
We give the two possibilities.
Okay, so on average, what is the percentage of usability? So when you have the first revenue model, when it's free and open, how much of the workforce actually uses it?
Okay, the platform right now, the usage for the usage of content is 27% of the workforce. Okay, plus usage of the counseling sessions. Here it varies a lot based on the number of the company. Usually it's 2.5% of the employees, but we go up to 17%, 17% for certain companies or certain workforce.
Okay. Thank you.
I guess that depends, enormously on the type of company. So if, I don't know,
Exactly.
I don't know if it would be more or less from their work. The type of work, you'd assume it would be more, but from the type of personality, it might be less. But I imagine that would be hugely different to, I don't know, an insurance company.
For instance, I mean, we can go in a normal company, we go to 2.5%, but for now we are providing support to the Spanish Association Against the Cancer, and we are attending the psychologists, we're attending, and then we go up to 17. This is the case of we're going up to 17%. Or Guardia Civil, we are close to 8%.
Okay, yeah, that's higher than I would have expected. All right, Chris, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
And Barbara also, thank you very much for your time. And well, I'll see you shortly in Portugal, and we'll welcome you back, I don't know, sometime in the future, and show you some more of our startups and companies we have in our radar. Okay.
Yeah, really amazing companies that you're screening. So yes, we are here to collaborate. Congratulations.
Brilliant. Okay, all right, and thank you to everyone that's still connected. Thank you very much for staying online. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.